Are you ready?
Always. What about me does not look ready?
Welcome to RuPaul's Best Friend Review, bringing you a review of Season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race. With your hosts Annabelle Lecter and Phil.
Right, let's start the episode then. Welcome back to RuPaul's Best Friend Review. I'm Annabelle Lecter.
And I'm definitely ready.
They're definitely ready. So we're going to start off, as we do every episode, we're going to start with the comments from last week. So first comment comes from Nigel, who has said, "What brand is Filth's eyeliner? Really makes her eyes pop."
A green thing.
Yeah, you had really big eyes.
Sewage.
Joe is back in the comments and said, "For episode 6, I was really mad that Denali and Rose were overlooked and only safe. I thought they deserved to be in the top."
Maybe. Probably not.
So it is episode 7.
I was just remembering. Do you remember the first week where I got really, really drunk and then started sitting like this?
We're back in the workroom. Tamisha Iman has gone home. Candy Muse feels guilty about it. Olivia feels great about her win. And then Elliot says that she feels like the other girls aren't getting close and getting to know her.
Yeah, I have a problem with this because she says this straight after they're all sat there having a joke with her.
We're not quite sure where it came from. I do know where it came from. It's what we said last week, that they start editing the girls in that are going to be in the bottom and the top.
Drag Race is becoming like those TV shows you watch that's meant to be a bit of a mystery, but they only introduce you for 3 people, so you know it's one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting very dark from this. Also, something I hadn't noticed because I never listened to it, but in the theme song, in the Next Drag Superstar is going to win $100,000, it still ends in "May the best woman win."
Yeah, they've not changed the theme song to match the new catchphrase.
That's weird.
It is a little bit odd. On to the next day, on to the next week. Tina Burner says, "We've been here for 6,000 weeks. It's time for girls to go home."
And how long have we been saying that, though? Is this week 7? This is week 7.
Yeah.
And there are still 8,000 girls in this competition.
Yeah.
What?
We have, this for the first time ever, I agree with Tina Burner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We go on to the mini challenge, which is... Now, correct me if you disagree. Do you think that they put this mini challenge in because it's an iconic mini challenge and the main challenge was so weak?
Yeah.
And they thought, we'll put this mini challenge here because it's a weak main challenge and we're going to get a great time because everybody loves the reading challenge.
Yeah.
However, this reading challenge was so poor.
Oh, okay.
I really didn't enjoy this reading challenge. I thought there was 2 funny people.
I thought almost everyone was fine. After 13 seasons and 8 billion drag queens in the world, there were only so many reads. So actually, specifically Denali used other people's reads, but just gave them a little bit of a spin.
The only ones that really stood out were Gottmik, Simone, but only because Simone was doing her full. She went full Simone. Everyone else was just really meh.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was meh. Some of my favourite moments from this challenge was watching Rosé's reaction to things. Elliot bombed. I think Elliot was possibly the worst person we've ever seen in this challenge. And it's when she goes, "Okay."
Gottmik wins a voucher for something.
Something.
For something. It's definitely not H&M. Main challenge is Bossy Rossi After Dark. Ask me how excited I was about this, Phil.
I asked you last week, babes.
Something that made me laugh in this little moment is RuPaul goes, "There are no scripts." And literally the queens walk over to the tables and there are scripts. And I'm like...
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think there were necessarily scripts, but there were characters. But then, even afterwards, the girls were like, "Oh, should we read through?" What?
Yeah, they were like, "Should we read it? Should we read it
I
again?"
want to point out the start of an iconic moment that I'm not sure if I hate or love, but when Rue is asking the girls to be in different groups or telling them whatever the fuck she does, she says Simone.
Okay,
As in Raven-Symoné.
I got that it was meant to be Raven-Symoné.
But she said it all episode.
She says it all episode, and I really hope that it doesn't.
No. Although later she does say Simone, so it's like she's not. I just feel like you shouldn't try and change the name of someone so fabulous and iconic.
Where then in the workroom, they talk about how Candy was told to show some range last week.
Even though I don't think Candy should have to change, I do like that she is trying to please the judges who I don't think she should have to please.
She is willing to adapt.
We're starting to see the arc of Candy making it through to the final and us liking her.
Utica, Mick, and Olivia.
Yes.
Have this like moment of Utica wants character, Olivia wants character. Tino's like, Olivia's a little diva.
Accurate. I personally cut it out last week, but there was a moment that I spoke about how I'm not crazy about some of the things Olivia's been doing and the way she's been acting in certain moments.
Yeah.
I understood to an extent that yes, if you have someone who's saying they're really strong, they should go in the one that no one really wants. In a way, this is Utica's chance to just take a thing and go, right, this is my week to win this.
Yeah.
Right. In my mind, Olivia was never going to do amazing in this challenge. And I don't think she did. She fully could have just taken this other character and be like, yes, I'm just going to be the loud whatever.
Yeah.
And let Utica shine. But she wasn't willing to do that. She wanted this character that she knew could be the big one, which was clearly written for Utica. The critique last week was you're being a mime, you're being a clown.
I think that Olivia's a diva, but because she's got this like sweet demeanor, she thinks she can get away with it.
Do you know what the weird thing that's happening in this review show is we're slowly turning against all the fan favorites. Like last week we were like, no, Tamisha, how rude of you. And this week we're like, we're not having it, Olivia. We don't care who likes you.
Not for you.
Are we alt queens now?
Oh.
There were just so many parts of this episode where I was like, I don't want to watch it. Never mind, write notes on it.
Correct. We move on to filming with Bossy Wassy. It's Jonathan Wass.
Bossy Wassy?
It's Jonathan Wass instead of Ross Matthews. Bossy Wassy.
No, I hate him too. He's a massive turf, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Jonathan Ross, yeah.
That's disappointing. First up, Denali, Rose, Lala. What were your thoughts on this?
I think Rose clearly put together a really nice character that had layers. It had the puns, but also it had like other things behind it. Mm-hmm. Even down to when she was like, child. Unfortunately, Denali came out in not such a well-rounded character, but a funnier character.
I feel like Rose had some really funny moments and the puns were there, but she didn't let them breathe. And when Denali came out, and it just looked like a copy of Rose's character, but then she did it 10 times better. And then Lala came out, and because Rose and Denali were so good, Lala just like... Wah, wah.
It's very kind of you to say that the reason Lala was so shit was because of how good they were. Because I do not agree. I think she could have literally been out on her own, and that was shit.
Next up.
Mimology is what I'm calling this, because that's what it's about. I thought I really liked Mick's character.
Yeah.
And I thought it was consistent from literally beginning to end.
I said this.
I think that almost everything that Olivia did that was funny was only funny because of what Mick was doing. None of it would have worked without Mick. And Mick wasn't just being the straight man. There were points in the miming thing, the translation thing, where Mick was leading it. I think Olivia did such a mediocre job here of being a mime. What did you think of Gigi Good? Like, didn't she look like Gigi Good? Isn't that hints?
I could absolutely see it.
When she walked out, I was like, Gigi Good. What do you think happened? Why did this happen? What's going on? Is there a ghost?
No, did you not hear the sirens in the background?
Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was someone screaming.
I thought they were here for me. I did not understand why she came out and was like, I really wanted a towel latte, but they gave me an extra towel. And I think she was trying to do this Airhead bimbo thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was just like Ross says later, it was a swing and a miss.
I just feel bad for her because she didn't want this part and she did what she could. I just don't like Olivia as a result. If she'd have done well in this, I would have got over what Olivia did.
Yeah.
But I'm just, no, she caused this. You did this.
Okay, so next was Candy Muse and Simone.
Yes, the complicated life.
I personally thought that Candy was really small in this until Simone came on.
I think Candy was trying too hard to lean into this quiet thing.
Yeah.
But I also think at the same time, how many queens do we see who try the thing the judges ask for and do a horrible failure of a job?
Yeah.
She was like, I'm committed. I'm committing to it. She wasn't doing a bad job of it. She still made Ross laugh. Like, she showed us a whole different side that we don't necessarily ever want to see again. But she gave them what they wanted, and now we can move on. Simone, her adding in a funny pronunciation of a word, obviously that's a Simone trait now.
This bothered me.
This was the first one that really made me go, I want to know how much of this was completely random.
The little Deb Deborah thing.
Yeah.
Is a direct... It's a direct rip-off of a Peaches Christ film.
Meet Deborah.
Deborah.
Oh.
Last up was Tina and Elliot with 2 T's.
How did you feel on this one?
The only part that I laughed at was Tina falling off the chair at the beginning. That's because I love physical comedy.
I thought, like, Elliot took a moment to get going, but I actually thought they both did an all right job. Yes, Tina was a bigger and more character, but it's Tina. It's Tina, isn't it?
For me, I didn't understand that they were in love with each other, and that was...
I kind of got it at the end, but like they should have built a story. It was literally like, this is our story, and then suddenly this is our story. But like, stories. I have seen Jo, the super nanny, wear this coat at the start when she had to pretend to be from a cool nannying school. No, not cool, but like strict, whatever, I know. But no. Also no.
But is it no?
A little bit no. Mostly no.
No. Yeah. No.
Then, back in workroom.
We are back in the workroom. And we have some more learning moments with the queens. Starting off with Simone, who talks about her relationship with her mother and her brother, who was sent to jail.
Yes.
And she talks about she's hard on herself because she never wants to disappoint her mum.
Not wanting to talk about someone else's issues, but I mean, there is slightly different between being absolutely the most perfect and going to jail. The producers were running to her mum's house and being like, film a VT, tell them she doesn't have to be perfect.
Absolutely. I really do hope we'll get
that. That better happen. I need it. Next week's Untucked. I need it.
Elliot talks to Tina about when they came back from the challenge, they were giving Tina loads of compliments, but they weren't really giving Elliot any compliments.
What they were saying was, Elliot, you did a good job, but you didn't match up to Tina's energy. Which is just a fair critique, actually reasonably complimentary critique.
Yeah. And then Elliot explains that she's been dealing with clinical... Elliot then explains that she's been dealing with clinical... Oh my god!
Well,
Elliot...
I didn't hear this bit about Ennicle's clinical...
Elliot then explains that she's been dealing with clinical depression.
Oh!
I sounded way too happy to say that!
Why is Elliot engaged to someone who doesn't understand what has been a part of his life since he was 13 years fucking old?
Yeah.
Him and Kimura need to start a support group.
Why are you with people that don't support you with things that are going on in your life?
Just, oh my god. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Good God, get out.
A bit. Not like leave the room. Also leave the room, because like, racist and everything. But like, just get out of that relationship.
They have another really fun moment in the workroom, which I loved.
Me too. I particularly loved Elliot holding a boom mic. I just thought it was such like a random job to decide you were doing as part of it. Like, no one had a camera, but Elliot was like, but we're going to hear you. It's fine. We're going to hear you. What does that say? Okay. Do you not think that LaLa Ri can only be funny when not in drag?
I thought this was a really funny moment for LaLa Ri. When they were like crawling under the table and stuff. And like one of my guilty pleasures to sit on YouTube and watch like compilations of like Jerry Springer. Like,
oh yes. I used to be obsessed with Maury.
Good.
It's time in the main stage!
Let's start off with Rue's look this week.
Oh, into it.
Oh really?
Are you kidding me? Classic Rue.
Yeah, it is very classic Ru.
Literally tuned out for even half a second, you didn't hear what the runway theme was. Because I didn't. And then I sat there being confused for quite a while. It's beads.
First out the gate is Denali. What was your thoughts on this?
I believe that the most interesting part of this was us learning that Denali has been obsessed with lampshades since she was a small boy.
I literally said exactly the same thing.
It was fine, but it was so not special or well, like, there wasn't anything additional to it. She was just a big fucking lampshade. Rose, it was nice.
I genuinely can't remember what she was wearing, and my notes.
So she was like an acid Tinkerbell.
Oh yeah, of course she was. I didn't enjoy this.
I actually really enjoyed it. The main reason I enjoyed it was because this was the first time her hair was a shape that wasn't like a trapezium or something. I loved this dress. It was the first dress that's given her like an actual illusion waist. This dress was made out of those fucking beads that you iron.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Oh.
I loved it. I did. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I loved it. What's happening?
Somebody's just sent me like 5 messages on the bounce, and all of them are going to be over that footage.
It's fine. All I talked about was Tinkerbell, and no one cares anyway, so it's fine. Oh, Jesus Christ. It was LaLa Ri.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So I didn't realise that this was a leotard until they brought it up that it was a leotard.
What did you think it was?
I just thought she had like a skirt and a bra.
Oh, no. If you think... No, that was not skin, Mama. That was not even her skin colour.
I probably wasn't paying attention.
I didn't like it. Horse shit and boring, and she should just go home. But next was Gottmik.
I thought this was camp.
Anal beads for a beads challenge.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was fab. I thought it was such a good, funny, beautiful, clean, sassy take.
It was clean.
Loved it.
It was clean. It was clever.
It was. I assume she used washing up liquid.
Next up was Olivia Lux.
I didn't feel overly beady about it.
No, me neither. No.
You could not see the beads. They didn't add to or be a part of the outfit.
No.
It was just the beads in the hair. And I think the thought behind this look was actually really, really cute. She's unlucky that someone already wore a wig like this. I just wasn't fussed on it.
Next up,
no.
Utica.
It sure was. Now, this one I loved. I thought she looked fabulous. I thought it was really nice to put together. I've seen videos behind the scenes and it was all different layers, and I think that's fab. And all of them were hand stoned by one of her friends. I just thought it was fab.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
I did not. Way too busy. It was just too many elements on top of each other.
It was busy.
I didn't dislike it. I just thought it was busy. Next up, Candy Mules.
I would die for Candy in this look.
Yeah.
I was literally watching it the first time. I was going, if anyone on that judging panel says a bad thing about this look, I'm going to kill them all. Her boobies looked phenomenal. The hat, it was proportionate to her body.
I would have changed the long pony into maybe like a low bun.
Chignon.
Like a low bun.
A chignon. And I loved that she knew she looked great.
Next up,
Simone! This was taking a relevant point in culture and making it drag and making it work for her.
Yeah.
Did you also know this wig was done by Gigi? Gigi Good did this wig. Gigi also did, Simone's promo look with like all the big circles in it.
Ah, okay.
Gigi did that too. Like, why wasn't Gigi's hair more interesting on her season?
Really enjoyed this.
And it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous to see.
Yeah, she's just smashing this competition to pieces. Next up was Tina Burner.
I hate this so much!
I hated this so much!
Oh, God, it was so horrible. But I will commend her on she took the Mardi Gras to the level of Mardi Gras, you take your top off. Why was there a reveal to a skirt?
A bad skirt.
No. And then no. And also no. But mostly no. Again, to reiterate, no.
No. No.
No.
No. Last on this runway was Elliot with 3Ks. What did you think?
This is possibly the nicest outfit Elliot has worn on the runway so far.
Correct.
The problem I've had with Elliot all the way through, and she comes on the runway, she's just so, like, not drag. She's, like, small woman. And I know she says she likes that, but, like, this is RuPaul's Drag Race, not RuPaul's Small Woman Race. For me, it's just all the elements felt so, like, the basic and obvious choice.
Mm-hmm.
This was just, someone Googled flapper, and this is what they found.
Yeah.
But I thought her body looked really nice in it, and I thought she looked quite pretty.
Move on to judges' critiques.
Not the judges' critiques. So
the only thing that I wrote was, like, whenever Olivia was getting praised, Utica was pissed.
And I was. Mostly because I just didn't think Olivia deserved it.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure I believe Olivia should have been in the top 3. We have another Bring Back My Girls moment.
We do.
Clearly, last week RuPaul heard it and was like, I'm not letting Carson have this. This is mine. I'm having this.
Yeah, Olivia wins.
She does. How?
Who would you have put as your winner this week?
Simone.
Yeah, I would have done as well. I think
to me, Olivia didn't do a great challenge, and Olivia didn't do a great runway.
No. I think the thing is, like, if Simone had won, it would have been like Envy Peru situation, where the fans would have just been like, right, this is Simone's season, we're bored now.
To me, Olivia shouldn't have been third. Gottmik should have been in that top 3.
Yeah.
Gottmik was the one that carried that, really, that she was the driving force behind the whole thing. In Untucked, obviously we have Rosé and Denali being very upset they're not in the top. Again. I get it, but, like, not quite. And then you have Tina who's a bit upset. And Gottmik is sat there, like, because Gottmik feels good. Mick is like, I got this. I don't need to be in the top right now because I did a good job, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be all upset about this because I'm doing a good job. There's so much gorgeous confidence that I see in Gottmik.
Yeah.
And I fucking live. I live. I'm hoping that Olivia has won this week because they're trying to coax this diva out of her.
Yeah.
And I can see her getting real shitty about the fact that she's winning so much.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it happening. I can see an argument happening. I need Tamisha to walk in and go, arrogant! Do you agree with the bottom 2?
I'm struggling to see who I could replace Elliot with.
Yeah. I've said this week after week. We've got LaLa Ri and then everyone else. No one did a particularly awful job except for LaLa Ri.
No.
I get that someone has to be in the bottom 2 or whatever, but Elliot's just the unfortunate one, I think, in this case. I don't think she necessarily deserved to be there, but who would have been there else? You know what I mean?
Lip sync is Whole Lotta Woman by Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, very nice lip sync song.
I've never heard of this song before.
No, but wasn't it a great lip sync song?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
We've had some real shit ones, but there were really things you could do with this one, and they really did.
And they really did. I thought it was a great lip sync. Elliot wins.
Yeah.
And the RuPaul's Drag Race sponsorship for Atlanta ends, and LaLa Ri goes home.
I was literally sat there like, and that was the night the lights went out in Georgia. I just gotta meander for a moment, or whatever one calls it, digress. This drink is not coming out quick enough, one sec. Did you watch the video I was talking about, Bob's Purse First with...
Thorgy?
Yes.
Yeah. Tia Coffee has got a rich family member that works at the BBC. Yeah.
Someone made me watch it, and I was watching it like, me? Is this me? This is me. Literally, me. I just watched it like, I'm not the only one with these conspiracy theories.
That's true.
But also, I'm the same amount of annoyed about LaLa Ri. Every single week, I'm like, why is she there? She shouldn't even bother coming out on the runway. Why is she still here? It's not fair that she should stay in and other people should go home. I've been saying this for weeks. I'm so glad that now we can get down to the race.
So next week's episode is the Rusical.
Oh, is that what it is?
It is. Social media, the Rusical. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do remember this because I believed I had heard that both our Drag Race and their Drag Race were both going to be on Snatch Game next week.
I heard Snatch Game too.
Not another one. Like, why another Rusical? Didn't we already have 2 of these?
I genuinely thought that the disco one was going to be the Rusical. So that's the end of the review, episode 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13. Thank you very much for joining us. Let us know in the comments what you thought of this week's episode. Let us know in the comments any other things that you would like us to discuss in the comments section. But for now, I've been Annabelle Lecter.
And I have been missing doing this for weeks, so much so that I had a dream about it. I had a dream about that.
Oh, I miss throwing the notepad.
I just feel like I never do it, and I had a dream about it. Isn't that madness?
We'll see you next week. Bye! Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Oh.
It's beads.